Now today I want to talk about some basic tactical formations that you can adhere to a milsim. First one I want to start with is the wedge. Now these are all used by most militaries around the world. It's a very simple formation and it's a very effective formation, mostly used on open terrain. And obviously this is the direction of the squad. Usually you have a team leader at the front. If you have a larger squad, you'd have another man on point and you'd have the team leader in the centre. It's a lot easier to command the squad being in the centre. Usually also, not usually, but also the rear man on the end of the wedge doubles also for rear security, so they want to be momentarily looking towards their six, make sure there's no one creeping up behind them. One of the advantages of the wedge formation is less chance of friendly fire from left and right engagements, so that's something to take on board as well. Okay, the next formation is the single file. It's also known as the ranger file. Now this formation is mostly used in low vis or the terrain is difficult. The disadvantages of a single file is obviously a higher chance of friendly fire, and the only security that you have is your front man and your rear man. Also, the single file is more chance of ambush. So that's single file. Again, very handy in low light situations or difficult terrain. Also want to mention that with the single file or ranger file, your left and right flank security is very high. But again, more chance of friendly fire in a forward or rear position. Third one is staggered column. This tactic is mostly used on roads, MSRs and things like that. The reason they're easily spaced like this, because giving you a better fire effect left and right of the squad, less chance of friendly fire, and also if the enemy engages you, less chance of being hit. Also in the real world, the spacing is usually around a minimum of 10 meters. A grenade usually has a kill zone around 5 meters, so 10 meters and up is usually the spacing in real military life. So that's another really good one for milsim. It's quick and effective. Next one I want to talk about is LDAs, linear danger areas. Now they're used on MSRs or creeks. You could use them like in a gully and things like that. So I've started with a wedge formation, and as you're coming up to the road, which is signified by the black line, you want to have your entire squad to move up on line together in one movement, and then I'll show you the next step for that. Okay, now let's imagine that we're all just about to cross the road together. Now you want to cross the road together And as you cross the road together, you want to have security on your right, and then security on your left, and you move together as one movement. That way you've got less chance of taking casualties. Alright, last but not least, now this one is called the squad line. Now most of these names and tactics are from US military, so you could research them on YouTube. Now again, this the advancing column, or the attacking column, is represented in green being friendly and red being the enemy. The reason they are staggered is that there's less chance of more casualties if you get flanked left or right, and the other advantage of being staggered is less chances of friendly fire if you get flanked left and right. So there you go. Alright, now I just also want to mention that I'm no expert, I'm just a weekend warrior, toy soldier, but I have a real hunger and thirst to improve myself as a player in Milsim, and hopefully, you know, I want to share this information with other Milsimmers so they can take this information on board and improve the game of Milsim in general. So this is the whole reason I'm doing this video series. Alright, again, hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one. Out. Now don't forget, remember that when you're finished, always cover your tracks, so if the enemy comes across your little display, it's not obvious that you've been here. Alright?